Hey folks, it's Neil from Anchor Ranch Farm in beautiful Scioto, Oregon. Hi there. I tried to figure out a way to start out with the camera turned around and flip it, but I don't know how to do that because I'm not a content creator, I'm a farmer. But I've been meaning to make something like this for a while now. Out here doing a sheep move. These are the ewes. The lambs are separated off by themselves, fattening up on grass and hay for later this year. And it's not breeding season yet, so the rams aren't in there. So I'm doing a sheep move today, and I wanted to talk about doing chores on a farm or any sort of small business that you're working on, that you own, if you're an owner operator of a small business, and why I think you should not be efficient when doing chores. So here's my rock that I just found, pounded my ground rod. I see a little bit of some problems with the fence here. Oh, by the way, look at that. It is about to be September here in Western Oregon, in the Willamette. There's some clover that's still green. We don't have any irrigation. We don't have irrigation rights. We don't irrigate the pasture at all. So I'm gonna say rotational grazing works, because 4 years ago, this would be bone dry, nothing green growing. And it is very dry in the summer, in this part of the world, very wet in the winter. So when we started out, we had very low organic matter in the soil. We've never hayed these fields, just rotational graze the sheep for, I think 6 years now. Gosh, I'm old. That's not what the video is about. I think 6 years. Rotationally grazing the sheep, letting their manure and the trampled organic matter go into the soil. And the hypothesis is, as you build up more organic matter in the soil, it's going to hold on to all that rain we get during the winter. And as you have root systems grow that you don't plow, don't till, even in the dry summer months, we'll get green stuff growing. And there you go. There you go. It works. Yeah. All right, I've padded the video enough. So I know this disagrees with some of the big gurus of small farming, like Mr. Salatin and I think several others, who are all about efficiency. I think Joel Salatin talks in, I don't know, one of the books of his that I've read, about Taylorism. I hate Taylorism. You can look it up if you want to. That's the dumbest idea. Because here's why. These guys are, as small farmers or as small business owners, are trying to act like the big guys. They're trying to be efficient so that they can, I guess, get the economies of scale that a big corporation can get by efficiency. And that's never going to work. That's dumb. Your competitive advantage as a small business is that you can pay attention. And when you're doing your chores, so here's what I'm going to say. When you're doing your chores, and I define a chore as something that you do regularly so much that it is automatic. You don't really have to think about it. You just go out. I mean, I move the sheep. Right now I'm moving these sheep every 2 or 3 days. Oh, I guess we do have one late born. Is there more than one? But there's a few late born lambs that are still in there because they're not ready to be weaned. Anyways, that's what we're looking at right now. Clearly, possibly ready to be weaned now, because that lamb, I can't tell if that's a boy or a girl. I can't see the ear tag, but that lamb is obviously eating grass and not milk, so probably could take it out pretty soon. But although I probably won't breed its mom since it's this late in the season, she won't have time to get conditioned back. So when you're doing chores and it's you're running on automatic, you don't really have to think about it. That is your time to pay attention to other stuff that you don't normally see. So that's my time when I'm moving the sheep. That's my time to observe the sheep, to take a look, see Is anybody out there limping? Is anybody out there, you know, I just moved them into this pasture. Is anybody out there not eating? You know, are there signs of a problem? That's my time to do that, to sort of pay attention to other stuff, because I can set up this portable electric fence. You know, I've done this hundreds of times. I don't really have to think about how I do it. So I could be more efficient. You know, I could like mow this fence line. I could, you know, bring out some machinery. I could be more efficient with setting up the fence. You know, but then I would have less time to be out here observing the sheep. Then I'd have to make time out of my day, and you know, my work day normally ends at 10 p.m. If I'm lucky. I'd have to make time and come back out to sit around and look at the sheep. Or I could just treat them like, you know, some big corporate flock where they're not, I don't pay attention to the individual animals. They're just, you know, I just have numbers in a spreadsheet, which I do. I use spreadsheets for everything on the farm. But you know, I could just, I would either have to take an extra time to come out and observe them, or I would just be running my small farm business like a big corporate ag operation, in which case I don't get any of the benefits of, you know, the benefit of being small is that you're flexible and you know more about what's going on, and you can change things as you go, and you can sort of experiment and do different things and find out what's best. You don't have to run everything like clockwork. So I think when you are doing chores, whether it's a farm business or any other small business, if you're the owner operator, you should not be efficient. You should not focus on efficiency. You should do things in a way that's easy, but not necessarily the most efficient, so that, and then the brain power that you would spend on being efficient, you instead spend on all that other stuff, on observation. Now, I do differentiate if I'm doing something, if I'm sorting lambs, right? So if I'm tagging sheep and I'm sorting the lambs out, or that means weaning the lambs, that is something I do once a year, and that I want to be doing efficiently. Because, you know, I plan for it in advance. I can plan out the best way to do it. It's also stressful on the, you know, this is not stressful on the sheep. That's stressful on the sheep. So I don't want it to take a longer time than it has to. But even just being out and making this video while I'm doing this, you know, this is an opportunity to observe the sheep with you guys. So there you go. That's why I think efficiency when you're doing chores is bad. I think trying to be efficient all of the time is a bad idea. There are more economically more important things than efficiency. Sometimes you want to be efficient, but other times there are more important things for you to be doing than trying to do as fast and as easy as possible. And I think the best time to do that is when you're doing regular chores that would otherwise be easy, because then you're not building in a whole lot of extra time and effort. It's just a little bit of add-on. So there you go. That's my message to other small business owners and small farmers. Stop trying to do your chores efficiency. Use your small, that's a time to use your smallness to your advantage. All right, anchorranchfarm.com, regenerative agriculture here in the Willamette Valley. Peace be with you.